Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome, how are you? My name is Tasha and on this channel I share my budgeting and debt-free journey. So I just thought I'd just quickly jump on today and just go through some of the changes that I'm going to be making to my budget. So I have 3 goals that I want to achieve this year. So my 3 goals are to pay off £10,000 in debt, save £4,000 for a house deposit, save £1,000 for an emergency fund. So with my emergency fund, you all know that I'm using my Iris binder to save into that, and I currently have £650 saved. Okay, so to pay off my debt, or at least £10,000 of my debt, I have in here been doing quite a lot of calculations. So one of the things I've decided to do, let me zoom you in a little bit. One of the things I've decided to do is try and pay off at least 4 of my credit cards come end of June. And the reasons for that is that for one of my credit cards, the interest-free period runs out end of July. My other credit card, the interest-free period runs out end of September. So I thought, if I give myself a target of end of June, save as much as I can, see where I am, and try and pay off any credit cards that I can. So my first credit card, if I continue making the minimum payments come end of June, I'll have a balance of £1,256. For my second one, it'll be £734.75. For my third, it'll be £696.07. For my fourth, it'll be £1,260. So my first credit card and my fourth credit card, those are currently on 0% interest. I have a loan, which come end of June, it'll have roughly a balance of £1,602.99. So a couple of these credit cards also includes like stuff that my mom has purchased and put on my credit card, and she is paying me back the money, but she basically pays me back like minimum payments, just because at the moment financially she can't afford to pay me back either the amounts in full or like a decent amount. So I basically cover all the minimum payments for all my credit cards, and then whatever my mum gives me is basically just extra payments that I'm putting towards the credit cards. So my plan is to use my debt challenge. So I use this tracker here from the Aesthetic Budget. I basically said that each petal is worth £60, and with 68 petals, it means that if I completed this challenge, I would have saved £4,080. Now, by doing that, it would knock off all my 4 credit cards, because it would mean 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 75, 6, 9, 6, 0, 7, 1260. So it means to clear off my 4 credit cards, I would need £3,994.46. So this debt challenge basically would clear out all four of my credit cards, which then would leave this loan. So as you all know, that I have started the 50 envelope challenge. So I'm using this tracker from Budget with Char, and I'm using this pot to save the money for the 50 envelope challenge. So with the 50 envelope challenge, it would give me 1,275. Now, if I also did the 24 envelope challenge, that would give me an extra 300. So I figure with the 1,275 plus the 300, it gives me 1,575 if I saved those 2. And then if I take away what would be the balance of my loan, it gives me a difference of £27.99. And I'm hoping by paying this lump sum and then the interest charges reduction, it means I might actually not pay the full 1,600. So that is my plan, is to do the 50 envelope challenge, stuff it in here, do the 24 envelope challenge. I have ordered a tracker from Etsy for that, but I think I might just see if I can find a digital tracker that I can print out, because I want to be saving for both the 50 and the 24 in the same jar. especially with the 24 having lower denominations. I think I'll be able to knock off a few of those a lot more quicker than the 50. So that is my plan, to say come end of June, I want to have then basically paid off all 4 of my credit cards plus my loan, which then would leave me with my Peloton bike, my Peloton treadmill, and those are both on 0% finance, and my family loan, which again, there's no interest on this one. So I think come end of June, then I'll decide, right, do I want to save up money to pay off all of these in lump sums, or do I just want to continue just paying off the minimum payments? At least for the bike and the treadmill, both minimum payments come to about £96, and then with the family loan, they've basically just said pay me back whenever you can. So what I do is basically put aside £10 every month, and then, you know, every £100 that I have, I send it to them, because they've just said, you know, pay me back when you can, and if you can't, they really don't mind. But I think for me, because when I asked for them to loan me the amount, I asked saying I will pay you back, I just don't know when I'll be able to pay you back. And so because I said I would, I do want to pay them back, but I know with this one there's no hurry. So I think what I might start doing is, come end of June, once I've knocked all of these out, is basically just be able to pay this up completely and just get this out of the way, because I think by then, if I do what's 510, so in 6 months I will have a balance of 450 that would have been left. So I would be able to save the 450 to be able to pay off this loan back to my family member by end of December. So that's is what I'm going to be doing to be able to save towards my debt. So it means some of the challenges that I had started, I'm basically putting all of them in a back burner. So all of these challenges that I had started, they're all going to, you know, I'm just going to put them to one side and just focus on basically do my debt-free challenge, my 50 envelope challenge, my 24 envelope challenge once it arrives. Those are going to be the challenges that I'm going to be stuffing on a weekly basis, because those are my priority. Now, my third goal is to save £4,000 for a house deposit. So to do that, I have this wonderful challenge from Budget with Ira. It's a dice challenge, and I absolutely love the dice challenges. And with this pack, you get 7 different dice challenges. So you've got one that saves 130, 178, 226, 294, 322, 490, and then 2,360. So that would all equate to £4,000 if you saved all of them. And with this challenge, because it's the dice challenge, you get these gorgeous 7 different colored dice that you would roll. So my plan is basically every week roll this dice and then just save the amount that it lands on. So they've got different denominations. So one of them, like the highest is going to be 4. You know, for the second one, the highest is a 6. The third one, the highest is a 8. The fourth, the highest is a 10. The fifth, the highest is a 12. The sixth, the highest is 20. And then the last one, this is where it changes, because the highest on here is 100, because this dice goes up in denominations of 10. So starting from 10 all the way up to 100. So this is going to be the one that will be getting the most money stuffed. So my plan is basically, I worked out taking all the highest numbers, is that if I have £160, I can roll all 7 of them and be able to stuff or whatever number it landed on in all 7. But you know, if let's say one week I don't have the full 160, what I'll do is work out with the money that I have left, how many of these can I roll, and then I'll just roll the dice for that equivalent, and then save the money into there. So with this dice challenge, there's like 52 boxes. So basically, if you roll this once a week, you would basically get the 4,000 in a year. So that is my plan, to say that roll it every week and basically stuff the money to be able to save the full 4,000. And I know that like if I do pay off my debts, I will have a lot more money that I can go towards my £4,000 goal. So that is the plan, because some of these, you know, they start off like, you know, they're quite low numbers, and I think like in weeks where money is tight, at least I can roll the lower numbers, and then in weeks where I have a lot of money, then I'll be rolling into, especially this one, into the bigger one a few more times, just to be able to save a lot and catch up. So that is my plan, and that is what I'm going to be doing starting next week. And so when I looked at, you know, being able to fund weekly my debt challenges as well as this house fund challenge, I don't earn enough to be able to fully fund all my challenges all at once. So my plan is to basically get a second job to bring in a little bit more income. I'm selling a few things off Vinted again to bring a little bit more income. So yeah, that's my plan. So I just thought I'd just quickly jump on here just to tell you of a few changes that are going to be happening, because you're going to be seeing those in my next budget. And one of the other changes I'm making is to my weekly allowance. So for food, I've budgeted 160 for this month. For fuel, I've budgeted 160 as well for this month. For spending, I've done 160 as well for this month. What I'm changing in food is that I'm going to be lowering my food to £100. So I was just watching recently one of Gillian's videos, and she was sharing a £100 grocery challenge that she's doing for January. And I was inspired to say, you know, I live at home, and some of the food like my mum buys, so I don't really need the full £40 to buy the groceries that I need for the week. And also I find that because I have the £40 allocated for food, then I end up, whenever I go shopping, I end up like buying things that I don't need. So I'm trying to minimize that, you know, to avoid food waste, but also to avoid buying a lot of food that I necessarily don't eat or don't need. So next week I will be lowering my food budget from £40 every week to 25. So the remaining 15, I'm going to be putting that money aside to go towards my dice challenge. And then fuel, it's going to remain at its £40, because one of the second jobs I've been looking at is becoming an Amazon delivery driver. Just simply because like I'm single, I have no kids, so I can fit that, you know, delivering parcels. Like I can do it on an evening after work, or I can do it during the weekends, because my weekends are mainly free, and you know I can do, you know, 2 to 3 hours every day, or to do, you know, 2 to 3 hours on a weekend, just to bring in a little bit more extra cash that I can save and go towards my savings goal. And then with spending, I have a dice challenge that I use with spending. So there's this 10-50 dice challenge that I'm using with spending, but also spending, I also lump in social activities. So if I'm going out with friends, then that £40 that I've allocated myself for that week for spending will also include social activities. So what I'm going to be doing is, if I don't have anything social planned for that week, instead of fully stuffing the entire 40, I'm going to stuff 20 and then put the other 20 to the side again to go towards my dice challenges. So that's some of the changes that I will be implementing in next week's budget. So I just thought I would just quickly jump on here just to go through some of the changes that you'll be seeing in my binders, and of course the introduction of this new binder that you'll be seeing. So yeah, so thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.